All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to give you some game on this beautiful Monday. This is the day that the Lord has made. We are rejoicing and we are glad in it. Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen, to the Ramon Preston Show. If you are coming on during the live, please do me a favor. Hit that like button. Hit that share button, and let's start tagging Lolly Dolly everybody, and let them know that Prophet Ramon, the squad, we are live right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. For those of you that are watching, no matter where you're watching us from, today is Monday, May the 2nd, 2022. We are live, and I'm super excited about today's show. So if you would be so kind, would you please hit that like button, hit the share button, tag somebody, text somebody. You might need to scream in the other room and let them know the Ramon Preston Show is live right now. I want you to also put in the comments what city, where you're watching us from. I love to know where we have viewers watching us from. If you are a part of our business community already, meaning that you are either a student in our Millionaire Blueprint program, maybe you are a client in our mentorship program, or perhaps you're being certified as a coach and a consultant in our certification program, you're in our incubator program, or maybe you're a licensee. We have so many amazing programs available for all of the people who are in our business and ministry community, and I certainly appreciate all of you. So if you're a member of any of our programs, would you please also just put in the comments what program you are a member of? I would love for our community to know what program you are a part of. So if you are a member of our Millionaire Blueprint, just go ahead and put Blueprint or just some version of the Millionaire Blueprint in the comments. If you are a member of our mentorship program, our coaching program, please let us know in the comments. If you're being certified, if you are in our incubator or a licensee, just let us know. I want people to know that we actually have real people in these programs that we're always talking about on the Ramon Preston Show. So if you're watching us live, welcome, welcome, welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. I am your host, Ramon Preston, and every Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time, we show up here on this show to share information with you that can help you properly start, structure, and scale at some point your businesses, your ministries, your income streams, or your wealth building dreams. So if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, if you're a leader, if you're a pastor, a minister, if you're the financer, the breadwinner of your family, and you just need to figure out creative ways to structure those things that you're doing so that at some point you can scale them, we share information, particularly on the Ramon Preston Show, to help you make that happen. Now, I want you to be assured that everything that I share with you on this show, Monday through Friday, is a reflection of my life. It represents who I am. So I'm not sharing with you anything that I don't live. And it's a reflection and a representation of what our organizational enterprise provides for clients and members of our community on a day-to-day basis. As I mentioned earlier, we have several training programs. We have several coaching and consulting programs, from our online business and financial training program called the Millionaire Blueprint, all the way up to our licensing program for those who are authorized to resell our programs, our products and services, and who are authorized to use them and to repurpose them for their own businesses. And then we have a few programs in between. We have our signature program, which is our Millionaire Mentorship program. It's a one-year accelerated coaching and consulting program, particularly for those who are startups, who are individual entrepreneurs, and who just need some help structuring their businesses. They need help building their systems and processes out and understanding how to take their ideas and actually create products and services that they can create income opportunities for. So we have our online program, we have our mentorship program, we have a certification program. If you're a coach and a consultant, we're able to train you and to show you how we properly coach and consult our clients, and we can give you that blueprint as well so that you can be a better coach and a better consultant. We also have a consulting program that we've packaged in the form of what we call our business incubator. And what this program does is it actually gives us an opportunity to not just coach you from the sidelines or train you from our online portal, but our business incubator actually gives us an opportunity to get in on the play with you. So we work with you to help you build your structure, to help you integrate your systems and your processes for sales, for marketing, for financials, for operations, and we are literally a part of your team. So just rest assured, everything that I share with you on this show is a direct extension of what I know works, because it has helped me go from hood figure to seven figure. So if I can create a seven-figure organization, if I can put me and my family in a position to be certified millionaires and to have a multi-million-dollar operation going on, and I know it's going to continue to grow. I know whatever it is that you're looking for, whatever it is that you need for your business, for your ministry, for your empire as a whole, we have the tools, we have the resources, we have the information, we have the strategies, we've got the solution, we've got the people. So welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. Now, today's show, I'm going to be talking to you about what should you focus on. What should you focus on as an entrepreneur? Now, I get this question a lot because I have a lot of different entrepreneurs who are doing so many different things, meaning that I've got entrepreneurs who are in the trucking business. I've got entrepreneurs who are in apparel. I've got entrepreneurs who are coaches, who are consultants, who are in marketing. I've got entrepreneurs who are in landscape, who are in real estate. We've got entrepreneurs that are in all types of fields. And one of the common questions that I get from a lot of entrepreneurs that are in our business community, and just random entrepreneurs who send us questions through social media, one of the main questions that I get is, what should I focus on as an entrepreneur? What should I focus on as an entrepreneur? Well, there are many things that you could be focusing on as an entrepreneur, but I'm going to share with you just a few things that I know without a shadow of a doubt you have to focus on if you want your entrepreneurship to mean something. If you want your entrepreneurship to produce something, if you want your business to make an impact in the marketplace, there are certain things that you should be focusing on. And so I'll share a few of these things with you today, and I would love to get your feedback. So of course, I hope you've already subscribed to my YouTube page. If you haven't, please hit the button, subscribe to my YouTube page. My goal is to get to at least 10,000 followers or subscribers on YouTube so that we can get to 100,000. I really want to get to 100,000 so bad. Now, I love Facebook, I love Instagram, I love TikTok, I love LinkedIn, I love all the other platforms, but I have a special affinity with YouTube because YouTube has been by far one of the most engaging platforms. Now, if you're not on YouTube watching this, guess what? You need to start engaging a little more. You need to start leaving comments, asking questions. You need to start sharing the videos, liking them, and helping me become something on that platform to other people. Like the information I share with people on my show is information that a lot of people who are in my space probably won't share. They're probably not sharing. You may have to be like deep into their ecosystem in order to get some of the information I just share with you for free. And most people never get that deep into a lot of business communities because probably they can't afford it. And so I try to share as much information as I can. And I want you to know that the information I'm giving to you is really a lot of the information on the surface. Imagine if I was working with you one-on-one. Imagine if my team and I had an opportunity to sit down with you to assess your personal situation, your professional, your financial situation, to see what it is that you want to accomplish in your business, and then for us to help you develop a game plan on how to actually execute it, and for us to educate you and to provide for you the support and the resources you need to see to it that you get it. Your life will change. And a lot of entrepreneurs who are in our community, those who listen to me, those who follow what I tell them, and those who are executing it, they're seeing the results, because it works when you work it. All right. So one of the questions that I get, and I wanted to build today's show around that question, is what should you focus on as an entrepreneur? What should you actually be focusing on as an entrepreneur? So I'm gonna share a few things with you. Number one, and I'll say the first thing you should be focusing on as an entrepreneur is customer conversion. That's number one. I want you to take notes if you're watching us live. The first thing you should be focusing on as an entrepreneur. So when I say entrepreneur, I'm talking about if you out there with a job and you got a side hustle, if you are a 1099 independent contractor, if you got a business and you trying to get your business off the ground, you might not be clear on some things. You might not know what your products and services are. You might not know what your price is supposed to be. You might still be fleshing all that stuff out. Either way, you still need to be focusing on customer conversions. Customer conversions. Now, let me share a few things with you about this when I say customer conversions. Here are some studies, okay? Studies show that 81% of customers say they trust their family and friends over business professionals for advice. Think about that. So 8 out of 10 people who are considered to be customers, 8 out of 10 people who are considered to be customers say that they trust their family and friends over a professional. So I'm a business consultant, right? I'm a financial consultant. I can help you start your business. I can help you learn how to structure your business. I can help you with your holding company. I can help you with your creative tax strategies. There are so many things I can help you with as a business and financial consultant. But there are people in the marketplace that are considered to be customers. 8 out of 10 of these people would rather talk to their uncle. They would rather talk to their mama. They'll rather go get advice from their older brother than to talk to me and get advice from me. Now, why is that the case? Well, this is the case because people trust their family more than they trust other professionals. So how does this play into the number one thing you should be focusing on, which is customer conversions? Well, it plays into this because you as an entrepreneur have to learn how to treat people like family. That means you've got to be truthful as an entrepreneur. That means you got to keep it real. One of the greatest compliments I get from a lot of people who watch me on social media and who reach out to me that I get a chance to talk to, or my personal assistant or somebody on my team talks to, one of the most valuable comments and compliments that I get from people is, I can tell Mr. Preston is being genuine. Ramon, he just seems like he's an honest guy. In other words, they feel a sense of trust when they listen to me and watch me, because people can read through when you just fooling around. If you're full of crap and you're just playing games and you just trying to finesse people and get over on people and just sell them a product or a service, but you really ain't gonna provide any type of service, and you're just another internet guru, or you're just doing videos because you know this is the right thing to say, and you're pandering to try to get people to buy something from you, we recognize that. Because remember, the people that you want to be your customer, the people that you want to be your client, they think like you do when you are shopping for products and services. So when you're watching people on social media, when you're looking at videos and commercials, when you're reading offers in papers or magazines, you can read through the crap too. So my point in explaining this to you is customer conversions have to be your number one focus as an entrepreneur. And if customer conversions are your number one focus as an entrepreneur, and you know 8 out of 10 potential customers trust family more than they trust you, then what do you have to do to convert them into customers? Well, you've got to be honest. You know, I'm from the hood, so you got to keep it real. And that may mean you should not be talking about stuff that you don't know nothing about. So there are a whole lot of things you're not going to hear me talk about. Like, for example, I have a lot of clients or a lot of potential customers that ask me questions about credit. You know, how can I get my credit report? How can I do this and do that with regard to certain things? And I'm like, hey, all I can do is tell you what I did. It may not work for you because I'm not the credit guru. I'm not the specialist in credit. I have people in my ecosystem that may know about it. If it's something that I don't know anything about, or that I'm not good at, or that I know doesn't reflect who I am, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to keep it real. If it's something you're trying to do that I know I don't do, guess what? I'm not going to tell you I can do it. I'm going to let you know straight up. That ain't my lane. You're going to have to find somebody that do specific things in that area, because I'm not the one that's going to do it. So when you're able to be honest, when you're able to keep it real, people learn to trust you. I'm telling you, you can have the best products and the best services. You can have the best personality. You can have charisma and can have swag. You may be able to articulate and communicate all types of things when you are in front of a camera, when you're holding up your phone, when you're vlogging or blogging or typing things on your platforms. But guess what? People can read through the crap. And people know when you're not being honest, when you're not keeping it 100. And that, my friends, will prevent you from ever making a conversion with a customer. Because 8 out of 10 people who are considered to be customers, they have statistically proven that they would rather listen to their uncle who knows nothing about business before they listen to you. They will rather listen to their auntie, their older sibling, their mama or their daddy. They may listen to their spouse before they listen to you, and you may be the expert in the very thing that they need advice in or direction in. So the first thing you should be focusing on as an entrepreneur is customer conversion. So my point is, being honest, keeping it real will increase your customer conversions. Another thing you have to be is transparent. You have to be transparent. So as an entrepreneur, don't always try to be polished. Don't always try to be picture perfect. You know, entrepreneurs that do this, they really get on my nerves every time I see them on social media. Hi, my name is Ramon Preston, and I am the debonair, sophisticated business consultant. I have 18 years of extraordinary experience. I'm already lost. Like, you've already lost me, dog, because we already know that really not you. You know what I mean? Like, I came up in ministry and in the church, and I used to listen to a lot of preachers and ministers when we would be in certain settings, and I would listen to how they talk and how they try to present themselves. And I used to think to myself, now I know you ain't talking to your wife like that. I know you're not talking to your husband like that. I know you don't talk to your kids like that. You know, with this sophisticated voice as if you're just the most important thing in the world and can't nobody tell you nothing. Come on, bro. Come up off that high horse. Be transparent. I'm not saying you got to be like me and be ghetto now. Because, you know, I know how to be sophisticated. I know how to be, you know, bougie. I know how to act like I'm intelligent because I know some stuff, right? But I also know how to keep it 100. I know how to be honest. I know how to be real. And I know how to be transparent. I'm going to be me. I'm going to do me. And that may mean some people don't like it. I know a lot of people who feel like I just talk too much about my hood side or my ghetto side. Well, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I take pride in knowing that I came from the guttermost to the uttermost. I take pride in knowing that even though I'm sitting in front of a camera 5 days a week on a show that I host to help thousands and thousands of people on a day-to-day basis learn about business and economics and financial literacy from a faith-based perspective, right? Even though I present myself with respect and with dignity, I'm still from the hood. I'm still the dude that was getting high, running the streets, going in and out of jail all of his teenage years. I'm still the dude that didn't get himself together until 21 years old. I'm still the dude that after 25 years of being clean and sober and saved and godly and a productive citizen, I still look back and I still have the ability to be transparent, to let people know I don't have a formal education. I had to self-educate myself. I had to learn and struggle and grind and figure it out to get to where I am. For me, that's transparency. And some people may listen to that or hear that and be like, nah, bro, I don't want to do business with you. Well, so what? You're just not the kind of person that want to do business with somebody who has actually succeeded and who doesn't mind sharing the way they've succeeded. So if you want to increase your customer conversions, be honest, keep it real, be transparent. And I'm not saying that you cannot overpromise. Just make sure if you're overpromising that you're also willing to over-deliver. All right? So customer conversions. Now, customer conversions also require you to do certain things. And I want to give it to you right here, okay? Customer conversions also require you to get attention, and get awareness. So if you're going to increase your customer conversions, if you want that to go up, if you want people to trust you, if you want people to like you, if you want people to be fond of you, if you want people to convert into customers or clients or do business with you, of course, you got to be honest. You got to keep it real. You got to be transparent. You got to be willing to tell your stories and show the other side, not just the polished, bougie side of what you're doing, but more specifically, when it comes to marketing and positioning yourself in the market, you gotta learn how to get attention. You gotta learn how to get attention. So getting attention means you gotta be willing to be consistent in communicating what you know about what you're selling. That means people gotta hear you. People got to see different aspects of what you're talking about. People got to know and be convinced that you are an authority in the thing that you're talking about. So for me, when you hear me talking about holding companies, you hear me talking about financial literacy, you hear me talking about building an organizational enterprise, systems and processes, infrastructure, all these things that are centered around starting businesses and structuring businesses. Guess what? I'm talking about it all the time because I know what I'm talking about. And not only do I know it intellectually, I know it practically because I built a business myself. And I know what it takes to build a successful business. So what I'm telling people, I am so persuaded. I have such a conviction because I'm living it every day. So the attention that I need to get is the attention that I need to get to show people I actually know what I'm talking about. So you got to be willing to get attention. And getting attention means that you got to be louder than everybody else. You got to be brighter. Now, you don't have to be goofy and just be, like acting stupid and being an idiot to get attention, because sometimes all attention may not be good attention. But you still got to be willing to at least stand out amongst the people who may be your competition. You got to be willing to do that. You got to get attention. And guess what? Getting attention doesn't mean you're going to automatically get a conversion. So I got people who have watched me for years and have never done business with me. But I also got people who have watched me for years and finally have come around and they say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and attend one of your events. Or I purchased your book a couple years ago and, I've been watching you and now I'm ready to do business with you. Well, guess what? At some point, I got their attention. At another point, I started getting their awareness. And because they became more and more aware of the fact that, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about. He ain't just some internet guru. They got to Google me. They got to go to my websites. They got to follow me on social media for a while. They got to see how I am, each season of the year. And that's fine, because what you're going to see is what I give you, what I present to you. You're not going to see some other form of me in another space as if I'm not being the genuine, sincere, authentic person that I know I am. So, okay, we want to work on customer conversion. So you got to be honest. You got to keep it real. You got to be transparent. You got to learn to get attention. You got to get awareness. Now, a part of your customer conversions is you understanding that if you are stuck trying to come up with this perfect product and this perfect service because you want to make sure that you're giving people your best, what you're doing is you're putting customer service over customer acquisition. Does that make sense? You cannot put customer service over customer acquisition, because if you never acquire a customer, if you never convert somebody into a customer, you'll never be able to serve them. So don't be concerned about how amazing your product is or how amazing your service is. And don't always be talking about that. If you out there marketing yourself, stop telling people how good you are. Show people how good you are. Show them by giving them value, by letting them look into your world, your business, and see what you're actually doing that works. So anything that I share with people on social media, guess what? They can look at my life. They can track my history. They can look at my track record. They can see what I have built and how successful those things that I have built are, to prove that what I'm talking about actually makes sense. So I'm not just on here like copying and pasting good information and then I'm sharing it with you because I've memorized it and I've studied it and I've prepared a nice presentation for you, but you can't find proof that I'm actually living it. See, that's questionable for a lot of people. So number one, customer conversions. That's the first thing you should be focusing on, which, by the way, if you are having a hard time converting people into customers and clients, if, for example, if you have a product or a service, if you got a side hustle and you're out there and you're trying to sell it and you just can't make those conversions, there are certain things that you got to start working on, and I want to help you with that. So it may be your marketing, It may be your marketing. Maybe you don't know anything about it. It may be your sales process. It can actually be your systems. It could be your products. Guess what? It could actually be you. So if you're not able today to really see people convert into clients, that means your business is not making enough money. That means when you introduce certain things to the marketplace, you're not getting anybody to respond. Something is wrong. There's some glitching going on. It could be your marketing. It could be your sales process. Maybe you just don't know a professional way to sell your programs or your products or your services. It could be your systems. It could just be certain things that you're doing that are not interconnected together. It could be your products. Maybe your products suck. Maybe they're just not good, okay? But it could also just be you. Maybe you as a person, you just don't have the capacity as an entrepreneur. Maybe you just haven't educated yourself. Maybe you haven't learned enough to really be a successful entrepreneur or a successful leader. All these things can be fixed. And I have a few other points that I want to give you, but I want you to really start thinking about what are the steps that you need to take if these are some things that are affecting you from converting people into clients, getting people to buy your products and services. I want to offer you an opportunity to join my coaching program so that we can put a success plan together for you that can target these things. Okay? So in our 1-year mentorship program, we actually provide for you training and workshops and coaching sessions and a lot of one-on-one support to help you with your marketing, to help you with your sales, to help you with your systems, to really look at your products to make sure that they are doable, that they are at least minimum viable products that people will buy. We also help work on you. So you may need some fine tuning. You may need some mindset changes. So once we get your mindset change, we can start working on your skill sets. So if these are some of your issues that cause you to glitch, meaning that you're not able to convert people into clients and customers and you're not making the money, we need to fix these things, because you don't have a client issue in terms of them there not being enough clients. There are almost 8 billion people on the planet. So I go through the same situation. Me and my team, we talk about it all the time. We don't have a client issue. We have a conversion issue. And if we have a conversion issue, that means we've got to look at ourselves. We got to look at our systems, our processes, our sales. How are we selling it? Are we really closing deals? Are we convincing people that we know what we're doing and that they can trust us? Are we marketing ourselves and positioning ourselves correctly? So I really want you to take me up on that offer. I would love to have a few minutes to talk with you. So if you have some time today, feel free to reach out to me and my team. I really want to just take a few minutes to see what can we do to help assist you in those areas so that you can start making some conversions, increasing your income, and really seeing your revenue grow and your business grow. So if you want to take me up on that, even before I move forward, I want you to write this down, and you can just text this word millionaire. Text millionaire to 404-478-7213. Text millionaire to 404-478-7213. Now, when you text the word millionaire to this number, we're going to reach back out to you. We'll take a few minutes just to assess your situation to see what exactly do you need help in, what areas are you facing some roadblocks in, what areas are really hindering you from really making conversions and generating more revenue. And whatever those areas are, we can show you how we can help you. We can put a success plan together for you, and we can take as much time as we need to take with you in any of our programs to walk you through the process. And so we have our Millionaire Mentorship program. It's a coaching and consulting program, 1 year, that gives you enough time to really put this plan together and execute it and for us to help build it out to make sure that you get to where you want to go. And we also have an online training program. So you may just be a do-it-yourselfer. We have an online program that you can have access to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So just text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213. All right. So the first thing you should focus on as an entrepreneur is what? Customer conversion. Number two, the second thing you should focus on as an entrepreneur are core competencies. I'm actually going to be talking about this tonight with our coaching clients. So every Monday at 7 o'clock p.m., we host a weekly coaching call for all of our coaching clients, for everyone that's in our Millionaire Mentorship program. And so tonight I'm going to be talking about the power of our core values. And what I'm sharing with you today is really a reflection of what my core values are. And so we really share this with our clients and with people who are in our business community, because we want you to see that when you're able to put a business structure together the right way, and when you're able to clarify your vision and your mission and your statement of purpose, and more specifically, your core values, when you understand what everything you do in your business revolves around in terms of core values, it just makes you and your business work more easily and more efficiently. So number one, the first thing you should focus on is what? Customer conversions. Number two, core competencies. Core competencies. Now, studies show that 80% of marketers fail to reach their target audience. Think about this. 80% of marketers fail to reach their target audience. I mean, these statistics, man, they're just like, whew, startling. So 8 out of 10 people, again, fail to reach their target audience. Now, why do most entrepreneurs fail to reach their target audience? Why? Well, most of the times they fail to reach their target audience because they don't know what their core competencies are. So, for example, if I don't know what I'm good at, and I'm out there marketing, I'm out there making videos, because see, I've done all this stuff before. I know. Like, if you go back to my YouTube page, if you go back to my Facebook page, you could probably go, I think my YouTube page, I have probably about 1,400 videos, probably almost 1,500 videos, at least 1,400. I may have 1,400 videos, over 1,000 videos on YouTube alone, right? Well, if you go all the way back to when I started posting videos on YouTube, I think it started in 2017. So we're talking about 5 years ago. I remember 5 years ago in 2017, I started posting like 1-minute clips. And all of my clips were really like snippets of my sermons, because at the time I was pastoring a church. And so even though my wife and I were doing business on the side, but we were just a 2-person team, we really wasn't like building a business like we have now. It was just me and my wife. And we were actually making 6 figures a year, because me and my wife, we scrappers, we hustlers, we go-getters. We know how to get out there and grind. But I really didn't have a lot of products and services. I didn't have programs. Because I really didn't know what my core competencies were. I really didn't hone in on what I knew I was really good at, because I was focusing on a whole lot of other stuff. Back to the focus. I was focusing on a lot of things that really were not generating revenue. I wasn't focusing on those things. So I wasn't focusing on customer conversions 5 years ago. I wasn't focusing on how can I convert people into a customer. The only conversions I was thinking about 5 years ago was converting people into Christians. That's the only thing I was focusing on. This is an honest, transparent moment. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. I was focusing on getting people saved, getting people delivered, prophesying, preaching, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I was also an entrepreneur. But because I was so committed to preaching and pastoring my church, I was causing my business to suffer because I was torn. So a lot of you that are Christians and you feel like God has called you to business, but you also feel like you're called to ministry, this is a common problem. This is why a lot of the people that I coach are torn between these two worlds. And I help to show them because I've succeeded in figuring it out. And it was very hard because I just wanted to do ministry. And deep down inside, I was hoping that I could be so successful in ministry that I never had to do business. That's how I really wanted it to be. You know, I just wanted to have all the money and the resources that I could. But I kept realizing that, man, like you just can't do it in ministry unless you're like an anomaly. So when you look at a lot of successful ministries, those successful ministries, I'm talking about ministries that are huge, ministries that have millions of followers, ministries that are going around the world, and they have a lot of money and resources to do what they're called to do. Those are so far few in between. Like they're not the general rule. Those types of ministers and ministries are the exception to the rule. Most churches, 9 out of 10 churches, don't even have 100 members. They don't even have 50 active adults in their ministry. And most of them never even generate a couple $100,000 because they don't have the resources. So most of today's churches never really even get off the ground. They never get momentum. I'm bringing that up to explain to you that even though that's good and we were changing a lot of lives, my business still needed to make money. My business needed to grow. My business needed to generate revenue and convert people into customers and clients. But my problem was I did not know what my core competencies were. And so if you don't know what your core competencies are, even if your marketing is going to fail. That's why 8 out of 10 people who market their businesses fail. Their marketing does not work because one of the reasons why they don't know their core competencies. So if you don't know what you're good at, most likely your products and your services are not going to be based on what you are good at. So when I sit down with a client and they tell me what they selling, what products they got, what services they got, and then we start going through this whole list of what their core competencies are, and I'm thinking, what you selling is not really what you're good at. What you're offering is really not what you're extremely good at. And then what we do is we take 1 or 2 of their core competencies and we package them into a product and put a price to it. And guess what happens? They start selling it. You know why? Because they're selling something that they're competent in. They're not trying to sell a service or something that is based on what they would like to do or what they would like to be. You've got to make sure that you understand what your core competencies are. And you got to focus on your core competencies. So what are your core competencies? How do you find out your core competencies? Well, you could do this several ways. You can find out your core competencies by looking at what are your talents? Like, what are your strengths? What are the talents that you have? Like, what are your talents? What are your gifts? So let's look at some of your core competencies. What are your ideas, first of all? What ideas do you have that you think are good? Okay, what are your gifts? What are your talents? What are your experiences? What are you experienced in? What are you educated in? Because see, I like to tell entrepreneurs this. Even if you don't want to do what you are gifted at or talented and experienced that, at least until you're able to do what you want to do, then you need to learn to do what you got to do. Like, for example, I have been preaching. Like, I started preaching 22 years ago. 22 years ago, I was ordained as a preacher, right? And this was before I had a business. This was before I understood who I was as an entrepreneur. It just came natural to me to preach. It came natural to me to stand on the stage and speak. It's like I had natural charisma. It was already, just normal for me. So the first time I got up behind a pulpit and I started talking and speaking and giving my little points, and the response was like amazing. Everybody was like, wow, man, you're awesome. And I was like, oh, I am? I really didn't even see it that way. And then I just did it. Every week I did it. And I've been like that for 22 years, even though I don't pastor, but I still know how to give a presentation. I still know how to put a sermon together. I know how to communicate. I know how to get on the stage and talk and get my point across. These are the things that I know how to do. So guess what? One of my gifts is communication. Right? I could say that's my talent and my experience. So I'm talented and experienced and gifted in communication. I have personality. At least I think I do. I got charisma. I know how to go into a room, and I know how to make sure that people know I'm there. Like, these are just things. Some of this just comes naturally for me, but a lot of these things I've worked on it so long that it's become a part of who I am. Now, it doesn't mean I love to do that all the time. It doesn't mean that I want to do that all the time. However, it is a core competency. So for me to know that I'm good at this, I'm gifted at communication, I'm talented, I'm experienced at it, I got charisma, I know how to articulate. For me to know that is a core competency, but for me to be doing something else that doesn't serve that strength will be for me to put myself in a position to fail. So this is why you got to focus on your core competencies. Because if you're just not good at something, then you shouldn't be trying to sell it. You shouldn't be presenting it. You should be putting out front what you're good at and let that lead people to those other things. Okay? So I'm good at that. So I want people to see my personality, because my personality can sell certain things I might want to sell, but if I put those things out there without my personality, they may never sell. So I have to actually sell what? The second thing I told you to focus on. I have to sell my core competencies. Like, one of my core competencies, another one of my core competencies is I'm resilient. Like, I really believe that's a core competency of mine. I'm resilient. I'm determined. I'm willing to figure it out because I've had to for so many things in my life. It has become a core competency. So there's nothing that I'm going to face that I won't be willing to figure out, especially when I put my resilience and determination on it. And so these are the things that I want to package my business around. And you have to do the same thing, okay? Your core competencies. That's the second thing you should focus on as an entrepreneur. Let me give you one more before we go, okay? One more. I'll give you one more. I actually have at least 5, but you're going to have to be in my coaching program to get the rest, because tonight I'm going to be talking about this with my coaching clients, and we're going to go deep into it. It's going to be an amazing discussion. So, number 3, the third thing you should focus on as an entrepreneur is creating a presence. Creating a presence. This is so vital. This is so critical to your success as an entrepreneur. What do you mean by creating a presence? Well, listen to this. Here's another study I want to share with you. Studies show that over 50% of new discoveries of brands and businesses happen on social media. Isn't that amazing? So 5 out of 10 businesses are discovered on social media. Think about that. 5 out of 10 businesses that are discovered. 5 out of 10 new brands that are discovered. 5 out of 10 new companies, new entrepreneurs, new influencers, new coaches, new consultants, new product creators. 5 out of 10 new people are discovered on social media. So why are they discovered? You know why? Because they create a presence. They create a presence. When I talk to people and they tell me they want to get their businesses big and they trying to grow and they can't seem to get this and get that, and I always tell them, how often are you on social media? Sometimes you need to be on social media 20 times a day. You should be doing 3 lives. What else do you have to do? Especially if you're running a business and your business ain't making money, what else do you have to do other than to take your core competencies, right? And to figure out creative ways to find new clients by creating a presence. So creating a presence is really, really, really critical. It's really, really critical to you building your business. So if you want to be successful as an entrepreneur, if you want to grow as an entrepreneur, if you want to see your business expand as an entrepreneur, number one, you have to focus on what? Customer conversions. You have to focus on customer conversions. So that means you've got to get really good at getting attention, creating awareness. You've got to get good at understanding that people want to trust you, and your honesty and your transparency and you being able to share who you really are genuinely is going to resonate with a lot of people. People tend to trust that. If you're trying to be this polished business owner and you want every video to be perfect, you want every post to be perfect, you want all your sentences to be perfect, you want your punctuation to be perfect, man, none of that don't mean nothing to some people. Ain't nobody thinking about that stuff. I'm telling you, people ain't thinking about that stuff. Now again, some things people are expecting that from you, but a lot of times people just want to see you real. They want to make sure that you're a genuine person, that you're trustworthy, that they can trust you for who you are, that you're not just putting on some front on social media or in some event and you really not that person in real life. Because the truth gonna come out at a certain point. So you want to be transparent. If it's something that you don't know nothing about, if it's an area that people are asking you if you provide services in and you know you don't, just keep it real. I don't do that. That's not what I do. I don't roll like that. That ain't where my strengths are. We have other people that might do those things, but for me, that's not what I do. All right? You just got to keep it real. People respect that. This is a part of customer conversions. The second thing you need to focus on, or should focus on, is your core competencies. You've got to get better at what you know you're good at. You got to focus on the things that make you you. And you got to make sure that whatever the products that you sell or how you sell those products are reflective of what your core competencies are. And if you can figure out how to take your core competencies and package them and put them in front of the things that you're trying to sell, it's going to make your conversions easier, because people will buy into you. People will have faith and trust in you, even if your products and services are not that good. Like I've had clients tell me, like literally, I've had clients tell me that they know people who are more sophisticated, They know people that have like bigger and better infrastructures. They do better branding, do better marketing. But me, they know that I provide like this service of like resilience, right? Like, we're going to figure it out. We're going to make it work. And I'm not going to stop chipping at it until we get it going. And I have clients that respect that because they know, okay, we could go over here to this person, to this coach or this business consultant, and they might be polished over here. They might be, well-rounded over here and fine-tuned, and they dot their I's and cross their T's, but they ain't got what Prophet Ramon got. He's a prophet. He's a man of God. He loves his wife and family. He's a very open person. He's always available. His team is available. They represent. See, all these things start weighing in on people converting into clients because they know, even though you might find somebody who might be more popular, they might come off as a little bigger, but it might not be what you think it is. I've had clients that have been with bigger personalities and have said, you know what, it's just not the same. But over here on the RP side, you make it different, and I appreciate that. And guess what? That comes down to core competencies, focusing on what I know I'm good at. And number 3, creating a presence, always showing up, always showing up. Now, again, if you have issues with conversions, you're not really creating these types of conversions, you're not seeing clients or customers come in, you're not retaining it, maybe you're not getting the attention, or maybe when you do get the attention, let's say when you get names and emails and phone numbers and you have a conversation with people, nobody's buying it. Maybe it's an issue with your sales. I want to help you with that. I told you we have a 1-year millionaire mentorship program. It's an accelerated coaching and consulting program. And what I've done is I've taken the most important components of my coaching and consulting and my training, and I packaged it into this one program. And so with our 1-year millionaire mentorship program, we give you access to our weekly coaching calls every week, Mondays, 7:00 p.m. Eastern. You can jump on a coaching call. You're going to get a great lesson. You're going to have some interaction. We have a Q&A. You're able to connect with other like-minded millionaire mentees. We give you access for 1 year to our online training program called the Millionaire Blueprint. This program is made up of hundreds of training videos teaching you on goal setting, scheduling, teaching you on real estate investing, teaching you on financial literacy, how to start and structure holding companies, teaching you on sales and marketing, and so much more. We give you access to that for 1 year. We also give you access to quarterly workshops, and each of our workshops are tailored to train you on the nuts and bolts of sales. We show you how to put a sales process together, put a sales script together, how to create a sales system for your business. We teach you the same for marketing, the same for financials, the same for operations. If you're able to just put that infrastructure together alone, meaning that if you're just able to create a holding company, create divisions with your products and services, maybe create operating entities if you need them, if you're able to integrate the right systems and processes and then start moving those products to the market properly because you package them the right way, you price them the right way, there is no reason why you won't see an increase in your income and your business grow. It will grow. It's inevitable. It's not optional. So I want you to take me up on that offer. All you have to do is text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213. And guess what? You can also go to RamonPreston.com. If you go to RamonPreston.com, you will see all of the products, all of the programs that we have available. Again, I am very transparent, so go to RamonPreston.com, see it for yourself. You'll see our training programs, you will see our coaching programs, you will see our consulting programs. Everything that we have in our business community, you will see at RamonPreston.com. I'm pulling it up for you right now. This is a This is a, let's see here, RamonPreston.com. Oh, I'm trying to figure out, like, why did that come up wrong? It came up wrong because I didn't spell Ramon Preston right. Let me try it again. By the way, if you have any questions, please leave the questions in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. Of course, I appreciate all of you for joining the show today. There we go. Let's go to RamonPreston.com. When you go to RamonPreston.com, let me open it up a little bit. Of course, this is showing you the mobile version, but when you go to RamonPreston.com, you'll see our menu buttons. We have one for coaching, consulting, training, licensing, certification, our real estate company. We have millionaire groups for churches. We provide entrepreneurship and financial literacy training programs for churches at a deep discount for churches. We start LLC, so if you need help filing and forming your holding company or your operating company, we actually have a department that provides that for you. We do it all for you. So all you need to do is click on any of those links. If you clicked on our coaching, it's going to take you to our Millionaire Mentorship Program right here. You're going to see the price that we start our mentorship program at. You'll see each tier. We have a gold tier, a platinum tier, and a diamond tier. It gives you all the details of what each tier is. We answer all the questions. What does your millionaire mentorship include? We show you everything that it includes. How does the Millionaire Mentorship Program work? We answer some more frequently asked questions. And literally all you need to do is text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213. We make it very easy for you to understand. We are very transparent. We will answer any question you may have about your business, about your finances, about your ministry, about whatever it is that you're doing. So I look forward to speaking with you. Hopefully we can find a way to do business with you so that we can help you start, structure, and at some point scale your business to 6 figures and beyond. I love all of you, appreciate all of you. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page. Be sure to follow us on all platforms at Ramon Preston. I'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time, right here on the Ramon Preston Show.